Welcome, I'm Big Dog, and today we're diving into the science of persuasion, how our minds are influenced and why we say yes. We'll explore the real research-backed principles that shape our decisions and interactions every day. Fasten your seatbelts. Let's launch into the universe of human influence. Our journey begins with reciprocity, the powerful urge to return favors. This instinct is deeply rooted in our psychology, shaping the way we interact with others from the earliest moments of our lives. Whether it's a smile, a kind word, or a thoughtful gesture, the act of giving and receiving forms the foundation of human connection. When someone does us a kindness, we feel compelled to give back, even if the gesture is small. This response is almost automatic, a reflex that helps maintain harmony and balance in our relationships. In a classic study, participants who received a free soda from a stranger were far more likely to buy raffle tickets from that person, regardless of how much they liked them. The simple act of receiving something, no matter how trivial, created a sense of indebtedness that influenced their behavior. This shows that even minor gifts can create a sense of obligation. The feeling isn't about the size or value of the gift, but about the social expectation to respond in kind. Free samples, helpful advice, or a simple compliment can all trigger this effect. Businesses and individuals alike use these small gestures to open doors and build rapport. The key is that the initial gesture feels genuine and unforced. When we sense authenticity, our desire to reciprocate grows even stronger, reinforcing trust and goodwill. Reciprocity is hardwired into us. It's a social contract that keeps relationships and communities strong. It's the invisible glue that binds families, friends, and even strangers together, encouraging cooperation and mutual support. In negotiations, a small concession can prompt the other side to reciprocate. This can lead to breakthroughs, compromise, and agreements that might otherwise seem out of reach. Marketers use free trials and bonuses to activate this instinct. By giving first, they invite us to respond, often by making a purchase or sharing positive feedback. It's not about the value of the gift, but the act of giving first. The smallest gesture can set powerful social forces in motion, creating a cycle of generosity. Our brains want to balance the scales, often without us realizing it. This drive for fairness is so strong that it can influence our decisions even when no one is watching. This principle can override even our personal feelings about someone. We may feel compelled to return a favor to someone we barely know, or even to someone we don't particularly like, simply because the social contract of reciprocity is so ingrained. The urge to reciprocate is automatic, making it a powerful tool for building goodwill. It can turn strangers into allies and transform fleeting encounters into lasting connections. Use it to foster positive, collaborative relationships, not as manipulation but as a way to start a cycle of generosity. When we give freely, we invite others to do the same, creating a culture of trust and openness. Giving first can transform interactions from transactional to meaningful. It signals that we value the relationship, not just the outcome, and encourages others to invest in us as well. Remember, it's not about keeping score, but about creating a ripple of goodwill. Each act of kindness can inspire others, spreading positivity far beyond the original gesture. Initiate generosity, and you'll often find others eager to respond in kind. This chain reaction can strengthen bonds and build a supportive network around you. Reciprocity is a fundamental law of human connection. It transcends cultures, backgrounds, and beliefs, reminding us that we're all part of a larger social fabric. Harness it wisely, and you'll open doors to deeper influence and trust. By understanding and embracing reciprocity, you can create lasting, positive change in your relationships and your community. Next up, social proof. This is one of the most powerful forces shaping our decisions, often without us even realizing it. When we're unsure how to act, we instinctively look to others for cues. It's a shortcut our brains use to navigate uncertainty, especially in unfamiliar situations. In Solomon Ash's famous experiment, people went along with the group's obviously wrong answer just to fit in. This classic study revealed how deeply we crave acceptance and how easily we can be swayed by the majority, even when it contradicts our own senses. We want to be right, but we also want to belong. This tension shapes countless choices, from what we wear to how we vote. That's why testimonials, reviews, and bestseller labels work so well. They signal what others approve of. We trust the wisdom of the crowd, especially when we don't have all the facts ourselves. Social proof is everywhere. Long lines at restaurants, trending hashtags, expert endorsements, and viral videos. These signals tell us what's popular, trusted, or worth our attention. We use these cues as mental shortcuts to make decisions quickly, saving time and effort in a world overflowing with choices. The effect is strongest when we're uncertain or the stakes are high, like making a big purchase, choosing a school, or deciding where to invest. There are many types of social proof: expert, celebrity, user, crowd, and friend endorsements. Each taps into a different kind of trust or admiration. But beware, following the crowd isn't always wise. Sometimes the majority can be misinformed or driven by trends rather than facts. Social proof can lead us astray if we don't think critically. Blindly copying others can result in poor choices or missed opportunities. Recognize when you're being influenced by others, and pause to decide if it's truly right for you. Sometimes, the best choice is the one that feels authentic, not just popular. As communicators, leveraging social proof can boost credibility and trust in your message, making it more persuasive and relatable. As individuals, being aware of social proof helps us make more independent, thoughtful choices, ones that reflect our own values and needs. Social proof is a testament to our interconnectedness, reminding us that we're part of a larger community, learning from and influencing each other. Use social proof to guide your decisions, but let your own judgment and values lead the way. Authority shapes our actions more than we realize. Milgram's shocking experiments showed people obeyed instructions from an authority figure, even against their conscience. We're conditioned to trust those with titles, uniforms, or expertise. Authority cues, like confidence, credentials, or a lab coat, can make us comply without question. But not all authority is legitimate. It's crucial to distinguish real expertise from mere appearance. Hierarchies help society function, but blind obedience can be dangerous. If you have expertise, use it ethically to build trust. As listeners, stay alert to authority's influence and think critically. Authority can persuade, but it must be balanced with scrutiny. True influence comes from credibility, not just status. We crave consistency. It's a fundamental part of human nature. Our brains are wired to seek patterns and stability, making us feel secure and grounded in our choices. Once we commit, we want to stay true to our word. This desire to appear reliable and trustworthy shapes many of our daily actions, even when we don't realize it. The foot-in-the-door technique uses this: get a small yes, and you open the door to bigger agreements. It's a subtle but powerful way to influence behavior. In a classic study, researchers found that people who agreed to a tiny request were far more likely to later agree to something much larger. For example, people who allowed a small sign in their window were much more likely to later accept a huge billboard in their yard, something they would have refused at first. Small commitments shift our self-image. When we say yes, even to something minor, we start to see ourselves as the kind of person who supports that cause or idea. This makes us more likely to act consistently in the future, reinforcing our new identity with repeated actions. Public, written, or effortful commitments are especially powerful. When others witness our promises, or when we put effort into them, we feel even more pressure to follow through. Salespeople and charities use this by starting with small asks, knowing that each little yes paves the way for bigger support. For personal growth, start with tiny habits to build lasting change. Small steps repeated over time can transform your life. But beware, consistency can be exploited if you're not careful. Know when your drive for consistency is being used against you. Pause and reflect before agreeing, especially if something feels off. Make commitments that align with your true values, not just out of habit or pressure from others. Consistency is a shortcut for decision-making, helping us avoid overthinking, but shortcuts can sometimes lead us astray. It should serve you, not manipulate you. Learn to recognize when to say no, and feel empowered by your choices. Use consistency to build positive habits and relationships that truly matter to you, creating a foundation for growth and happiness. Stay mindful of when and why you say yes. Each small commitment shapes who you become. We're more likely to be persuaded by people we like. Likability comes from attractiveness, similarity, compliments, cooperation, and familiarity. Attractive people benefit from the halo effect. We assume they have other good qualities. We trust those who share our interests or backgrounds. Genuine compliments and shared goals build rapport. Familiarity breeds comfort. Repeated positive contact increases trust. Even association with positive things can boost likability. Advertisers use celebrities to transfer positive feelings to products. Likability isn't just charm, it's about connection. Cultivate genuine rapport to increase your influence. As listeners, separate your feelings about the messenger from the message. Likability opens doors, but substance keeps them open. Scarcity makes things more desirable. When something is rare or time-limited, we want it more, sometimes irrationally. In a study, people rated cookies as tastier when there were only a few left. Scarcity is a shortcut. If it's hard to get, it must be valuable. It also triggers reactance. We want what we can't have to protect our freedom. Marketers use limited time offers and only a few left to create urgency. Scarcity applies to information too. Censored or exclusive info seems more valuable. Competition amplifies scarcity's effect, like in auctions. Use scarcity ethically, don't fake it. Highlight real exclusivity to boost value. As consumers, pause before acting on urgency. Ask, do I want this, or am I just reacting to scarcity? Scarcity is powerful, use and resist it wisely. The framing effect shows that how we present information changes decisions, even if the facts stay the same. In a famous study, people preferred a program saving 200 lives over one where 400 will die, even though both were identical. We're risk-averse with gains, risk-seeking with losses. Language triggers emotion. Fat-free sounds better than 10% fat. Marketers, politicians, and leaders use framing to shape choices. Framing highlights some facts, downplays others, and sets the context for decisions. As communicators, frame messages to resonate with your audience. As listeners, look past the frame, rephrase options to see the full picture. Framing isn't about distorting facts but about perspective. Try reframing challenges as opportunities. Critical awareness of framing leads to better decisions. Our perception is shaped by context. Be mindful of the lens you use. Master framing, and you master influence. We've explored the science of persuasion. Reciprocity, social proof, authority, consistency, likability, scarcity, and framing. These tools are powerful, but with power comes responsibility. Use them ethically to build trust and inspire positive change. True influence is rooted in authenticity and respect. Thanks for joining me. Stay curious and keep exploring the universe within.